crash down like an avalanche. And bury them all. Hello, my lovely monsters. I am Fasa the Silver Chimera, and I've returned with a new Stasis build for the Titan. Part 1. The weapon. We're using the exotic auto rifle Monte Carlo, a Destiny 1 classic and one of my favorite weapons personally. It comes with the perk Monte Carlo Method. Dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. It's the perfect gun for a melee build if you ask me. In the third column we have Markov Chain. This weapon gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with this weapon. Melee kills grant ammo for this weapon. So it's a souped up fusion of Grave Robber and Swashbuckler. Finally, we have the Catalyst. At 5 stacks of Markov Chain, you can long press the reload button and this will switch you between your melee attack and the Monte Carlo's bayonet. Landing a bayonet melee hit grants melee energy. Now I love this Catalyst because it's fun and you get to stab people with it. Also, can I just take a second and say how cool this gun looks? Oh, it's so great. It's just so classy, you know? Part 2, the armor. We're using the exotic gauntlets Synthoceps. These come with the perk Biotic Enhancement. When you're surrounded, gain increased melee and super damage, as well as improved weapon handling and reload speed. These are a Titan staple, and I'm sure you've seen them in other build videos. And that's for good reason. They crank up your damage and let you unga bunga at maximum output. What's not to love? Part 3, the class and mods. We're rocking with the Behemoth subclass. I recommend the Glacier Grenade because, well, reasons coming up soon. Our first aspect is Howl of the Storm. While sliding, activate your charged melee ability to launch a wave of stasis energy forward that freezes targets and creates stasis crystals. Now I like making crystals, and Synthoceps can actually enhance the damage of the crystals you make with the melee, if the ability is procced. So this just made sense. Next up is Cryoclasm. After sprinting for a short while, this enables you a longer, more powerful slide. Sliding into stasis crystals or frozen targets shatters them and nearby frozen targets. I went with this aspect because the only thing I like more than making crystals is breaking crystals. Moving to our fragments, first up is Whisper of Chains. While you are near frozen targets or friendly stasis crystals, you take reduced damage from targets. It also gives 10+ to recovery. So that's nice. This build puts us up in the enemy's face, so it's good to have a little bit of extra protection. And we're making a boatload of crystals, so why not, right? Next up is Whisper of Rending. Primary ammo weapons do increased damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets. Since Monte Carlo is a primary weapon, this allows us to shatter people and things in just a few shots. Next, we have Whisper of Fissures. Increase the damage and size of the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. We're going to be making a lot of crystals, so let's crank that damage up a bit, shall we? Finally, we have Whisper of Shards. Shattering a stasis crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. Shattering additional stasis crystals increases the duration of this benefit. You can call me Walter White because we're making crystals up in this bitch, if you know what I mean. Moving to our artifact mods, the main perks that we're going to want to use are Pillar of Ice. Defeating a frozen target spawns a stasis crystal. Hail the Storm. Shattering frozen targets and stasis crystals deals increased damage. Shattering stasis crystals releases shards of ice that damage and slow targets. And finally, Dragon's Bite. Breaking a combatant's shield with a strand or stasis weapon has a chance to suspend or freeze that combatant. These 3 synergize together and will let you be a bull in a frozen china shop. It's a glorious stampede of cold fury and frozen corpses. Don't forget that auto rifles are overload this season too, so that lets Monte Carlo deal with champions. As far as the other mods in the artifact, use whatever fits your playstyle or the content you're running. Armor mods are next, and on the head I recommend Kinetic Siphon so Monte can generate orbs, and Hands-On for super energy. On the arms, Heavy-Handed for orb generation, Impact Induction for more grenade energy, and Momentum Transfer for more melee energy. On the chest, we want Emergency Reinforcements for survivability, and Charged Up for more stacks of armor charge. On the legs, Recuperation for health, Invigoration for more melee energy, and Stacks on Stacks to keep our armor charges nice and full. Finally, on our class item, Reaper for more orb generation, and both Distribution and Outreach for ability energy. I've had a lot of fun with this build. It's aggressive but effective, and it has multiple ways to enjoy it. You can smash and crash with the best of them, or you can run and gun with Monte. And don't forget that bayonet hits pretty damn hard too. And you know, it's just fun to turn your brain off and bulldoze everything with a pulse, right? And when things get tense, you can just cast your super and your crystals become tiny blue nuclear bombs. But now we need to talk about the most important part of any Destiny build. Part 4, the fashion. So this is the outfit I came up with and I dig it. I was inspired by those white dudes who wear sleeveless vests in the middle of winter. You know what I'm talking about? Because Synthoceps has this muscular look, so I used the Dark Age chest rig from the new dungeon to give a bit of a fluff around the neck, and the Enduring Conqueror helmet from the Guardian games to give him some headphones. You know, he's just chilling. Overall, I love the outfit, and I love this build. And henceforth, this build will be known as Biotic Mountain, because with all your power, you climb to the apex. And now you get to crash down on all who opposed you like an avalanche, sealing them to a cold grave at the base of your mountain. So that's the build. I hope you like it. Please talk to me in the comment section below. Do you like the build? Do you like the outfit? Feel free to tell me changes that you would make to the build. Or if I got something wrong, tell me down below so we can all learn from it. If you don't know what to comment, how about Crystal? Because I've said it like 1,000 times by now. Shout out to all of the love and the new subscribers recently. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. I want to thank you guys. My last build video got so much love, and it's awesome to see that. So sincerely, thank you all out there. It means so much to me. If you want to see more of my builds, I have a playlist right here. Feel free to check that out. And if you're into the lore of Destiny, I've done a couple of lore readings and lore books, so feel free to check that out. That's about all I got. If you could do me a favor and just like aggressively lick the subscribe button's eyeball, that would be wonderful. I'm Fasa the Silver Chimera, and thank you for sharing your time with me today. It's an honor. I'll see all of you beautiful monsters next time.